Aquarius, happy holidays. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Happy December. End of the year, guys. Okay. Just one thing. I'm not going to do mid-month minis, okay? Given the time restraints and the holidays and all, I think I'm putting together a throw that should pretty much get us through the month. If something arises, just send me an email. I'll be more than happy to look at anything for you, okay? So my website too is listed below. Okay. All right. For January, what I'm going to do for that throw is a year overview. So I think that we're in good shape for now. Okay. I'm going to do a double card placement also. That it's going to help a little bit. Okay. 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 I don't even know where to begin with this, quite honestly. But something is going on here. Okay. All right. The energy that you walk into December with, Aquarius, is the Four of Coins and the Five of Swords. Okay. Four of Coins, Five of Swords. First of all, the elements fight. They suck the life out of each other. So I'm going to say here that I think maybe what you've got going on here is internal. Okay. I think you may be worried about your finances, thinking about going in a different direction, defining some clear boundaries for yourself. We'll see where it goes, but fives need reassessments, and that's what you're coming into the month with. And there's just an uneasy feeling about this also. But let's see where it goes, okay? All right. In the near past, which is like what's flushing through, excuse me, what's flushing through this reading, we've got the Moon card and the Devil card. Okay? That's the near past, but it's brushing through. The energy is very prevalent in this reading. Clearly, it is. All right. Again, you can be on either side of this reading. Either you've done something that's not on the up and up, or someone else has. There's an obsession here. Something needs to come to light here, and that's what I'm going to say. Just give me a second, please. All right, I'm just gonna outright say it. I know a lot of you don't like relationship reads, but this is clearly what it is, and not a pretty one. Um, this isn't going to be a shock or any new news to you, too. But I mean, you've got two very strong, influential people in here. Um, Polar opposites, actually. And the elements fight, okay? There's either a coming to the light of something. I hate to use this word fetish because it's just so bizarre, but it's something to that degree, something that either has been going on behind the scenes and someone is just finding out about, or uh, it can be also um, manipulation. It's something to a strong degree here that's uh, destructive behavior on a large scale, okay, in more than one area, I think. Okay, in your current position, too, okay, you've got the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Swords. It's just, this really just, it's not making much sense. It's out of character for the characters, okay, so okay. The Queen of Swords, she's our kill 'em with kindness queen, right? She tells you to bring everything that you're doing, into the world with kindness and compassion, right? She shows up with the Eight of Swords, feeling stuck, not able to move, okay? That's the mind chatter, too. It can also be not feeling well, all right? It can be, a real predicament that you really can't get out of. And I think there's, again, an overuse of power in here somewhere to the point where I just feel somebody really feeling like this big. And it's a personality that normally would not be put through that, okay? Um, okay. All right. In the near future, you've got the Nine of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Okay, this is coming to the realization. The Nine of Swords is a stark realization of something, okay? And it shows up with the Ace of Cups, which is the start of something, right? It could be a birth, a project. It's the start of something uh, that's got, passion, emotion behind it. It's just all of your cards are like this. They're not playing nice together. I mean, we came into the read with the energy of uh, the elements really just sucking the life out of each other. So I'm going to say that this is either there's a lot of uh, destructive emotion in this relationship. There's jealousy, there's greed, there's a misuse of power, there's verbal abuse, right? I mean, okay. The Nine of Swords, okay, it's the nine. It's not. It's being up at night. It's past regrets. It's the way we've handled things. It's the misuse of emotion too. And it actually, ironically, was in today's throw. And it came up, you know, with the air of looking back over our past decisions and how we've manipulated things, right? How we've gotten into relationships where we misplace love for jealousy, or it's just an emotion that we're trying to tell ourselves is something and it's showing up as something else. Okay, this is, I'm trying to find the word for this, because what this is, I think, is a relationship that is just built on, it's a wealthy it's just an example. Okay, it's a wealthy person that they throw their weight around and misplace that for love, right? Like they get into a relationship with someone and then they're possessive of that. The person becomes a possession, right? And it goes downhill from there really fast. Whatever this is, it's not the average run-of-the-mill person. So this may apply to, I think, maybe a few people or I'm not sure what, but there's a lot of money behind this to the point where you really, or someone is just very, they don't value people, they value things. And things and people become blurred. That line becomes blurred and they're really mistreating someone in this equation, okay? I think someone too that's, this is someone too, Pisces, a water sign, right? Example, perfect example here. This is someone who is very, very kind and compassionate and does very nice things for people, okay? But there's a blurred line there with where do we put boundaries? When is enough too much? You know what I mean? When have we given too much and we've depleted ourselves to the fact that, you actually can look like this, but it takes a bit, okay? So this relationship or whatever it is very, very one-sided to the point where one person really feels like this big, okay? And the other person is just feeding their ego. You can be, like I say, on either end of this, and it doesn't need to be that severe, but there's a feeling in this read it's not pleasant, okay? Your advice going forward here, okay, is to get out of Dodge, okay? And there's no nice way to put this. This is just, you've taken way too much on yourself or you're allowing too much to be put on you, okay? This Knight of Swords, again, he has no staying power. He can be very, very obnoxious, okay? He's, he's in motion. They bring messages too, but this is, again, it's a misuse of power because what he does is, it's a devaluation of a person. You know what I mean? Like that. He doesn't consider the person in the equation. It's the next shiny object, the next exciting thing, to go. And if this is the person that's blowing through your life here, the advice here is to release it, okay? The Ten of Wands, too, okay, is also, I just think someone is presenting themselves to be something that they're clearly not, okay? This card, it doesn't get talked about that. It gets talked about as the burden card, and it's because there's too much on you. But what this card is about also is, you trying to emulate someone else or someone in this equation is trying to portray themselves as something that they're not, okay? They may have a lot of financial backing behind them, but they have no soul, so to speak, right? And I know that's a little harsh, but so is the feeling behind this, so I know I'm on point. So again, your advice here is to be done with it, okay, and move on. 6 is about harmony. If we look at just the numbers alone, okay, 6 is about harmony. It has to do with, I believe, the Chariot and the Tower card, okay? That speaks exactly, I couldn't have even said it better, and I wasn't even going there, as to what's going on here, okay? And you've got the 10, the end of something that's a royal, it's too much, okay? It leaves you walking away to thinking, who the hell am I? You've so lost track of yourself, okay? And the reason that I say this too, and I'm just noticing this, I'm going to jump ahead to your outbound card here, all right? I know I'm jumping, so I apologize, but there's the Magician in here, okay? That too is, you can very easily jump from this being a good card of manifestation to, creating a Frankenstein, right? This card in a relationship here is, the good news is it's in the outbound, okay? And you've got this, so you need to make a choice, and you do, okay? But the Magician is exactly that. You know what I mean? What you see is not exactly always what you get. He's a master of disguise too, okay? It's someone that if you're in a relationship with them, again, you walk away. Your advice here is to walk away anyway. But the advice here is you end up like the Ten of Wands here, okay? And this is the person. It's just not that it's amusing, but again, it's not as it appears to be, okay? It's the relationship where you don't even know who you are anymore because you've so been put in a position that you've got to conform for appearance sake. You know what I mean? This person, I think, initially has good intent. They want to, you know, they want the lifestyle that you see like in a magazine or something, but it ends up devaluating a person, okay? And that's whatever end of this coin you're on here. Anyhow, in your environment here we go. All right, you've got the King of Swords, strong personality, black, white, his way, that's it. And you've got the Six of Cups. Again, all of your cards don't go together. They just don't mesh. They're polar opposites, so I don't even know how this would have come to be. But anyhow, you've got the Six of Cups, which is, again, it is a card of nostalgia, but what it's where do you come from? Okay, if you're on the receiving end of this, where do you come from? Your ancestors. How are you? There's a message here too that they're trying to reach out to you. You know what I mean? So you're getting guidance from the other side. I don't know, though, if you're paying attention. It's a card too of looking over your life, okay? And again, it goes back to the Nine of Swords, okay, which is in the future spot here. The Nine of Swords is coming to the realization of things, but it's reassessing how you've done things. You know, did I get into relationships because I didn't want to be alone and mistake it for love? This is the kind of dynamic that this gets built from, okay? I find myself being very abrupt too, and I don't know why. It's just the energy behind this is forceful. It's you being pushed along the way, literally, like there's no time for thought. You're just being pushed. So I have a feeling that that's how this escalated to the point that it is. It's just you didn't even have a breather to catch your breath here to see where this train is really, where it went off the tracks. But it's clearly not even, you know, in the vicinity any longer. Okay. Your hopes and fears here, you've got the Emperor and the Seven of Swords. Okay? That's your hopes and fears. And oddly, these cards go together. The Emperor misusing power is like, you know, the herd of flying monkeys in the Wizard of Oz. Okay? And what you've got here, it's deception in the way that, I'm going to say it is that in here. And deception is not just it's thinking you got away with something. Hang on a second. Just bear with me 1 second. I couldn't. There's a false sense of entitlement here. That's the message that comes across with this. There's a false sense of entitlement. Okay? And there's no remorse at all. This is in your hopes and fears, and it should be. Okay? All right. Again, your advice, get going. We're going to use him as movement here. Be done with this cycle. It's not yours. Okay? Be done with it. Get going. Okay? I just want to point this out too, okay? This is the energy that you come in with, okay? See the Five of Swords? The Seven sits right across it on the outbound, okay? This is your hopes and fears. This is the energy. Eight of Swords is the present, okay? You've got there's swords right across the board here, okay? The Devil, the Moon card, the King of Swords, the Emperor, the Magician, all right. Again, your outbound card is the Magician. This is going to go right to the very end. It's not going to be easy, okay? But you know you need to make a choice here, okay? And your advice is to go. To just go, okay? Leave the situation. Both of these cards, the Fool card and the Magician card, they both can be very, very manipulative. Okay, the Fool card too isn't always a positive where you're going on a new journey. Okay, where you do that. It's the Master of Disguise too. Okay, he wears many faces. Hang on, I wanted these to be quick, but clearly this one's not. So I hope it's beneficial to somebody. I know that it is. I just check your sun, moon, and rising too, guys. Okay, I know this is not going to pertain to many, many people, okay, but whoever it's for needs to hear this, okay? And if you were looking for advice, okay, and you weren't sure what to do here, this is your advice, to go, okay, to get going here, okay? This is not your deal to have to be put in the middle of, okay? So there's your advice, but hang on a second. Could this be a boss? Yes, it absolutely could. Absolutely could be. If it is, your advice is still the same, to get out of Dodge, okay? You're not going to come out ahead here with this person. They're not going to listen to you. And you're going to be, if this is a job, it applies to. It's a job too where they're abusing their power. They're verbally abusing you too, okay? So this can apply to business, yes, okay? Can it apply to a court case? Sure. It could, but there's a lot of deception and there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of, okay? I want to see exactly what that Devil and the Moon card is about. Okay. I'm clarifying this, what you're coming into the reading with. Okay, what's very prevalent now, the Moon card and the Devil card. You've got the Page of Wands, okay, the Eight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups, okay. This is the current position, okay, and these are the clarifiers. Eight of Cups, you're not emotionally fulfilled. You've got the Queen of Cups right here, okay, you're clarifying yourself. And you've got the Page of Wands, okay. That could be where this Ace of Cups comes in here. That's restless energy, okay. It could be starting something, but you know it's not going to go where it needs to go, okay. the Page of Cups on a good day, the Page of Wands on a good day is just, you've got a creative project that you're trying to get off the ground, you're just really excited about it. That's not it in this case, okay? There's the flip side to that card is, you know, something in a relationship, you know, with someone that's, you know, there's an age difference there, if that's what came up. It's just not emotionally fulfilling, but there's a lot of firepower behind that card, okay? It's like that whipping power line. It's good when it's attached, but when it's out of control, it's not, okay? It can really do some damage here. All right, I want to see here what your hopes and fears. You've got the Emperor and the Seven of Swords. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, the King of Wands, and the King of Cups. Okay. This is your hopes and fears. Okay. These are your clarifiers. The Wheel of Fortune, the King of Cups, and the King of, the Knight of Wands. Okay, the Knight of Wands, remember he is our, he's our chew and screw knight, and he's showing up here in your advice card, okay? In here, he's the speed that you need to get out of here, okay? But he shows up here, so you're going to be equally met with this, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, so that is a plus here, okay? The King of Cups, he's a friend, okay? This is reach out to someone here, okay? They can help you. Okay. I'm clarifying your environment here. Okay. You've got the Judgment card, the Emperor, and the Two of Cups, which brings me back to this, which is coming up in the future here. This is not a love relationship. Somebody is really, really off the mark here, where they're confusing this, okay? You've got the Two of Cups here. Again, these things go back, the Six of Cups, okay? Go back to our childhood. We pick up things along the way. You know, maybe this person here really, really doesn't realize how destructive this is, and they really think that that's what love is. It's possession, it's, you know, jealousy, it's this, it's that, it's manipulation. It's not. They could very easily be off the mark, and they really believe this because this is generational, right? But the Judgment card is, you know, it's a wake-up call. It's a calling. You know, it's time to get some movement here. Let me clarify your outbound card, the Magician and the Fool card. You've got the Justice card, 4 cards fell out. The Three of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Coins, and the Five of Swords. Okay? These are clarifying this. Okay? Five of Swords, Three of Swords, Nine of Coins, and the Justice card. Okay? Balance. It's a karmic card though too. Okay, so it means, and you've got that with the Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to turn. If this is a court case, it's going to turn in your favor. Just have a little faith, okay? If it's a work front, you may get put on another assignment or something, or lose your job and get one really quick, okay? Either way, this situation is going to change, and you've got outside forces helping you here, okay? The Three of Swords is, again, it's heartbreak, but I think it's more so old patterns. It's patterns that just have repeated themselves and just end up looking like this if they don't get carried. They don't get taken care of, all right? They just run rampant through your life, and it's not a good thing, okay? The Nine of Coins here is, okay, it's 2. You'll get to the point where you're content in your life again. Okay, it's the card where, you know what, I really like being single for a bit. You know, that's the card too, where you're content with all of that after this. Okay, so just know that this is clearing out. Okay, the good news here is that we're ending a 9-year, okay, and we're starting a 1. Okay, so this is gonna close itself out, and you're not gonna carry it over into next year. Okay, I know this was a cruddy December reading, and I wish that it could have gone differently, but the cards tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. So somebody needed to hear this, okay? All right, guys, if you need a personal reading, reach out to me. Again, I hope you have a happy, happy holiday, and I will see you in January, okay? Thank you so much.